Hey, what's going on, guys? I just get my gloves on, get ready to go for a ride today. Thought I'd do a video. I know it's been a little while. Still got, if you've been following along, I have a couple videos I'm trying to post, but I haven't finished doing yet. I got the back sliders on, or like the crash cage. Still got to do the front. I haven't gotten to that just yet. There's a lot of fairings involved. It's just been kind of dragging my feet. But yeah, I'm in like the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, and today's like 50 degrees. A little windy, but it's beautiful for being January, February. I just turned February. But I'm gonna go ahead and I always get the bike a little bit warmed up first, and I just kind of go around the parking lot. But I thought today would be a good day to absolutely go for a ride. Today's Super Bowl Sunday. But I had a couple hours to kill before we got too involved with all the plans for later today, so I definitely wanted to get on the bike and ride. I don't have a lot of time, but I definitely want to do a little moto vlog and share with you guys. But just kind of sharing a little bit of my progress and a little bit of updates. Been riding the bike on the weekends whenever I can. I probably don't go more than 2 weeks without riding. I try to ride every weekend, if not a couple of days, like a Friday and a Sunday or something like that. But all in all, I mean, sometimes it's like rainy or snowing. I definitely can't record whenever it's raining. It's like a little misty on the GoPro and things like that, and it's just not best road conditions, especially for me just learning how to ride. Really, still am under, I think, 500 miles. I got 485 miles on the bike. So yeah, it's been taking it slow. I mean, just being completely honest with the whole experience, it's a little nerve-wracking every time you get on the bike. I mean, when you're out there on the road and you're on a straightaway and like just riding around having fun, it's a lot of fun. It is, but it's definitely, I mean, still, I mean, it's surreal whenever you're going through a turn and you're like kind of struggling to just turn the bike, just be comfortable doing normal things. Like I said, I'm under 500 miles. I'm not even the break-in period of the bike. I do think my chain is a little loose. I need to get that tightened up. But I got a I don't know if I showed at the beginning. I want to show my license plate, even though I don't know if that's as big of a deal, but I did get a rear wheel stand. It was like 40 bucks on Amazon. It's actually sick. I can do the front wheel and the back wheel. It has a little bit of an adapter, and it does the job. I don't know why you have to spend a lot of money on one, especially just for cleaning your chain and moving your tire back to tighten your chain, and oil changes. It's kind of the bare necessities, the basic stuff. But still warming the bike up. We're getting around to, I think it's like 109 degrees Fahrenheit on the engine. I usually let the bike run and just kind of sit there, especially when it's like 30 degrees, until the bike gets at least like 100 degrees. I don't know if there's an actual, I'm sure there is an actual number for that, but I just wait till it gets warmed up a little bit on the engine. Don't take it on the road or even roll on it until it's a little bit warmed up. Just me personally, just probably being a little cautious, and the fact that it's colder weather. When it's summertime, I don't think I really care too much. And just kind of riding around like this, get myself mentally prepared, and also the bike rep there, I should catch up to him, be sick. But just get myself mentally prepared and make sure the tires get a little bit warmed up. Always check my tires, even just like pushing on them, making sure I don't have like a flat tire or anything too extreme. And just right here, if I was going something was severely wrong, because I know a buddy of mine did that whenever he took his bike out, just kind of being in a rush. He had like a flat tire and he dropped it in the driveway or something, but it actually may have been like right on the road. He went from his like out of his house on a straight shot to the road, and he dropped it like in the first turn just because the tire was flat and he didn't notice it because it was like 10 seconds in. Just a couple of little things like that. Make sure your tire is good. I do think my chain's a little bit loose, but I don't think it's like anything too concerning. But that's why I bought that rear stand initially, because I need to lift the bike up, and I bought the ratchets and stuff. I bought like a 32 mil wrench so I can loosen up the rear tire and then slide it back just to tighten the chain up a little bit. But I think we're good to hop on the road. I don't know how long this video is going to be today. I actually wasn't really planning on talking in the parking lot. I was just going to go for like a little ride, maybe record for 10 minutes, and then if the camera dies, it dies, because my phone's on like 50%, my camera's on like 60%, and it goes pretty quick on the GoPro. But yeah, let's go ahead. I'm gonna get onto the road, and I will talk about some things I've been experiencing And a couple, I had a close call the other day, actually two times in a row, where I almost hit a squirrel. So we're gonna go on that road. It's like the squirrel haven, where they just, I swear, they just wait on the side of the road and they bolt out at you. So let's go out on the road. I'll talk a little bit about some close calls, just some experiences in my first few months of riding. Yeah, I've had a lot more fun on the bike, and just talking like before about my actual comfort, like my comfort on the bike, not like crazy comfortable, to be honest. Like I've relaxed, like right now just going like this, I'm a little bit like loose and I'm relaxed how you should be. It's super windy, hopefully you guys can hear me, but it's just blowing right on my front, just a wind. Luckily it's not from the side, it's a little more awkward when you're riding. Riding into it's not as bad. I don't know though, I'm just kind of talking. But all in all, like right now I can ride pretty comfortably, especially when there's no cars behind me. I'm just going the speed limit. Like I can do this pretty easy. Going into turns, having a car behind me, I'm not that comfortable, to be completely honest. Like whenever I'm gonna make a turn up here going right, like I'm not gonna talk when I do, because I have to really focus on what I'm doing. Get my turn signal down a little ahead of time. But always like just kind of focusing, at least pausing and thinking a little bit. I have, I mean, definitely kind of ripped it a little bit and had fun on straightaways. But this road up here is where I saw the squirrel twice. Actually, I think I have a clip of the one. I'll show it here right now. Oh shit, squirrel. So you can see I was actually going a little bit too fast on this road. I love going through my gears, like first to third gear, and kind of ripping it, getting up to like 50 miles an hour or so. I mean, I think that's a lot of fun. But right here, this is where the squirrels are. The other day I was coming, and it came right out from the right, going forward to the left, like right here. And I prepared to kind of hit it. I mean, I moved a little bit to the left, but I was going into the squirrel. So it was like I didn't want to go towards it and him freeze, but I didn't want to go too hard left and then him just kind of meet into me and me be on an angle. So what I did is I prepared to hit it. I kept on the throttle and I just kind of maintained. I don't know if it was the best thing to do, to be honest, but I stayed on the throttle, just consistent, and I kind of like almost lifted my butt a little bit when I was about to hit it, and I missed it, but within inches I was so close of hitting it. But what I did the first time, I was going the opposite direction. I showed that quick clip. What I did is I fixated on it. I saw it. It was a little bit misty. I couldn't really see that low to begin with, and then I was speeding. The last time I really wasn't speeding. I was going the speed limit, but I was accelerating to the speed. But like that little short clip there where I almost hit it, I couldn't see through my windshield all the way. I kind of saw something come on the road. I didn't know the squirrel right away. Then by the time I knew it was a squirrel, I kind of panicked. I hit the front brakes a little bit. I kind of snapped them, and then I let go right away because I'm like, oh, I'm gonna throw myself with the handlebars. Exactly what you're not supposed to do when something jumps out at you. You should brake if you have enough time to brake, or you should try to avoid it and swerve. Sorry, I got something on my neck. But gotta be careful on these turns. I'm actually pretty comfortable right now. I'm almost not thinking about what I'm doing too much. I came into that turn not really thinking, which is definitely dangerous. I need to focus on the road right now, keep my head up. Another thing, whenever I'm riding, I look down a lot. I have to keep my head up. I have to look through my turns. That's stuff like, I know, like you read it all the time, and that's like what you're training yourself to do. But then when you come out on it, it's like, it's hard to do. I mean, you have to practice it. You have to be comfortable sitting on the bike and making turns, going different speeds. But little things like that, I mean, I mess up all the time. But what I was saying is focusing on my turns, and like from here I'm gonna go straight, but if I'm just going right, going from a dead stop to like a 90-degree turn, it's pretty difficult for me, and that's one of the things I kind of already know. But God, I love the bikers. That would have been me as a little kid riding around by the school. But yeah, just those little things like that. I've definitely done some close calls. I had it in my one video where I was just making a right from a stop sign. I almost I went on the double yellow lines. Just kind of, I mean, there's nothing I could do. I mean, I just need more practice of one of those like slow speed maneuvers. So those are things that I definitely have messed up on. And just letting the car go, like if you know you're going to take a little bit wide, let those cars pass. Give yourself the whole road. Not that's like ideal what you should have to do. You should be able to make the turn, but just know like what the situation is and don't rush it. Always looking behind you when you come to stops at like a red light. Make sure no one's going to slam in the back of you. And just kind of, even if you're still new and you're not that capable of like getting out of there in a hurry, at least be aware of your surroundings. And that might also be a negative thing for me, is I focus almost too much what's behind me, where I'm checking my mirror so much that I'm not really focused ahead of me sometimes. So it can be a pro and a con, I guess. I'm not really sure. Just kind of sharing my experiences of what I'm thinking. But like right there, just kind of doing like little counter steering. I didn't slow down, just making that short little turn. Those things I've all been working on, and I'm just getting more comfortable. I'm getting, yeah, just I guess a little bit better at riding, but I still have tons of mistakes. But by no means am I like, oh, I'm gonna go for a ride today, just like a joy ride, no worries in the back of my mind at all. Like I definitely do think about that kind of stuff. It's good to be aware. I mean, you want a motorcycle, or you get a motorcycle to have fun, and I mean that's the main reason. I mean, it's a toy, it is a transportation maybe, but I mean there's not really the main reason is you want to have fun on it. But it is powerful, it's dangerous, there's a lot of things that are in your control, a lot of things are out of your control. So like I always wear my helmet, my gear. First of all, I spent a lot of money on it, so why not just use it? Why buy it and not use it? And it's really cold, so that's one thing. If you get a bike and like whenever it's like fall or winter, granted you're not going to ride a whole lot because of the roads, but also you're going to bundle up because it's just cold, and no one's going to judge you for that. So that's not really a bad time to get it, because you can get those initial jitters out, and you can kind of just like not be able to ride it and just kind of go sit on the bike and just kind of be around it and get more comfortable with the concept of having a bike and not worrying as much. So I don't think it's really a bad time to get a bike whenever the seasons aren't really ideal. Rolling it. But yeah, I don't know, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm kind of just rambling a little bit. I wanted to ride, I wanted to share a video. While you guys are watching this, I mean, definitely hit that subscribe button, give me a like if you like it. Follow along my journey of being a new rider for anyone who hasn't ridden before and you're just kind of getting more experience in your YouTubing stuff, because that's all I did. And I'm trying to create videos that I wanted to see whenever I was looking for a bike, and I still watch those kind of videos all the time. But I like, honestly, I'm probably a 6 out of 10 with my comfort of just being on the motorcycle. So I mean, that's bad. I don't want to make too many of these videos where I'm like distracted and like still not that experienced. But I'm just letting you guys know, like, it's definitely not like, okay, you ride the bike a few times and you're like, oh sweet, I'm good to go, like I'm a pro now. No, like right now, if I'm gonna go make a U-turn, it's challenging. I have to practice it more. I just have to get more miles in the seat and be comfortable. Like right now, I'm riding around like roads that I've known my entire life. So I'm like, I know the traffic, I know where I have to make a left turn or a right turn. I know like all these little variables. I know if there's construction on the road, if there's going to be more gravel in the area. Like I drive around here just going to work every day, so I know the area. For example, like I'm going to go left here because I don't want to pull out into this road coming up. Let's see here. Sorry, I got to just focus a little bit. But yeah, like that road there, it's kind of a blind turn coming in and out of it. People speed around there. I'm not really comfortable stopping on that much of a hill and then getting out in a hurry. Stopping on a hill and then leaving, going uphill is pretty difficult. Downhill is not too bad, or like left or right's hard too, which I don't really have happen that often. But this is actually a pretty good spot just to ride back here in practice. It's relatively not level because it's like up a hill, but there's some places where you go and it's like everything's just off, so it's like hard to practice. Like actually this is kind of a hard parking lot. I wish I lived in like California or somewhere everything's just like dead flat and you can just kind of practice in like a straight strip. Even the parking lots around here, they got potholes and like nothing's really flat, so you're always kind of favoring a turn, or I don't know. But long story short, I just want to do a little ride today and share with you guys. So don't be afraid if you're not getting as good as fast as you think you should be. I don't know, for me, I'm still getting very comfortable, or like trying to get comfortable doing like very basic things. But I don't know, just keep riding, be comfortable. Don't have to always push yourself. I mean, you do kind of have to push yourself. Let me just talk for a second here. I'm gonna keep riding, but get used to using your rear brake. Like right now I can just take my hands off, throw it neutral, put my foot on the back brake. That's how you want to start when you're going out of on a hillside too. But I don't know, guys, I'm gonna go out and ride a little bit. Hopefully it's made some sense. I know it probably rambled. I wanted to show that clip of that squirrel jumping out on me. I'll try to not be surprised when that stuff happens, and don't just like go and speed, obviously, but wear your gear. And even if you're really experienced at riding, there's things that happen that are out of control, like rain just comes out of nowhere, you can't see that well, or a squirrel comes out, or a deer comes out. There's things out of your control where even if you kind of brake and get out of the way, or you don't go down that hard, that's why you wear your gear, not like because you're going to just drop the bike doing something simple. There's things out of control, so definitely wear the gear. I'm going to go ahead, ride a little bit longer. Like I said, guys, check out the older videos. I'll post them at the end. Right now I'm gonna ride around a little bit. I might make some comments, but I don't know if my camera died or anything, so I don't want to make this video too long. I'll add some clips of me riding right now. But thanks for watching, guys. Please subscribe. Once I hit 1,000 subscribers, that's kind of like the landmark we can monetize and stuff. I mean, that's when I'm going to do a lot more videos, to be completely honest. So if you guys want to see more frequent stuff and you like what I'm doing here, don't forget to go below subscribe. It doesn't cost you anything. But thanks for watching as always, guys. Talk to you soon. I'm gonna go ride for a little bit so you can check it out, but have a good day, guys. Little stall piece. What? This is one thing I got to practice. Foot on the rear brake. So probably leave that stuff in there if the video's still rolling. That's like typical. Like, I started to focus more on what I was doing, and I put myself in a couple of hard situations. It's just, you'll stall the bike, you look stupid at times, so don't worry about that stuff. I'll definitely keep that in there so you can see. It's not that easy. Whenever I was talking, I was probably making mistakes. I wasn't focusing too, but super windy right now. It's pushing me around. Kind of helps me move my body though on the bike a little bit. That's my buddy back there too. I used to always tell him I was gonna buy a bike in high school. Like, every day we worked landscaping together, and I just, like, every single day I was like, I'm buying a bike, I'm buying a bike. And he had a quad, and he like used to ride dirt bikes, and we always kind of joked about it, but I probably did. I never even told him I got one. It's so much power. I always forget. No, I don't forget, but I don't use like any of the power on this bike. It's got so much more. Definitely getting better rolling on the throttle and turns and stuff when I'm not too jerky on it, where I'll just almost completely stop and make a slow turn and then start up again. I'm starting to get a little bit more of a roll on the throttle, just a little bit. But I can just tell, like, I just need a lot more time just riding. That's why I don't really like doing the videos too much, because I feel like I waste 10 minutes of riding where I'm not really getting any better. Anything, I'm just kind of getting by, so. Sunny out there. It's a super nice day. I mean, there's little things that happen that kind of get you, like, I don't want to say like flustered, but yeah, it's probably the right word for it, where like you stall on a hill and stuff. Like, there's not even anyone behind me. It's still like, it's frustrating, and it's like kind of embarrassing even when you're just like by yourself doing it. But man, I just got to realize how nice of a day it is, and thankful that it's Super Bowl Sunday. Gonna have some food and drinks later. It's gonna be a good time. But just such a nice day. I want to just enjoy the ride, really. And be careful here because we're in squirrel country. This is where those squirrels are jumping out at me. It's happened 2 out of the 5 times I've been on this road. So every time I come by here, like I always see a squirrel, and twice the squirrels actually jumped out in front of me. They're just looking for trouble. I don't know. It's almost funny now. It's like playing a game like dodge the squirrels, even though meanwhile it's like you're real nervous when it happens. It happens so quick. But yeah. Go right up here. We got a little ripper in. All right, let's get a little bit going here, guys. Shouldn't be doing that, shouldn't be showing that, but that's a lot of fun. That road's pretty straightforward. I know the road really well. But yeah, I tell you what, this bike is definitely gets on it in a hurry. Turn my turn signal on. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. I definitely talk to myself a lot when I'm riding and just laugh. Like, I think it's a lot of fun. Just have your helmet on, just kind of be in your own zone. The other day I was just like talking to myself the whole time. Even it was like I was doing a moto vlog, but with like no filter, so I just talk to myself. Definitely a lot of fun, and just kind of enjoy it. That's all I can say. Just enjoy it. Be safe and enjoy it. Don't get speeding tickets. That's one thing I get. Like, if I had to pull over right now with a cop behind me, like, I'd probably struggle just to pull the bike over and stop. So to get a speeding ticket would just be ridiculous. Like, oh, you're going too fast, and you also drop your bike to just point this side of the road. Oh well. Oh, I just realized I haven't turned my heated grips on yet today. It's so nice out. Fingers are starting to get a little bit cold. I didn't wear my heated socks and the grips aren't on. Let's get these grips on. Oh, while I'm riding it's not that easy, but there we go. We're going like 60%. At 100, these things will absolutely, I was saying before it was like 30 degrees. I was like, oh, they're not that hot. They're not going to burn my hands. I wish they were like, I don't know. But they do, like, especially if you don't wear gloves. But if you don't wear gloves, it's just stupid. Not stupid, I mean, but it's not that comfortable. These grips aren't that nice to just be wearing like no gloves. Like, it doesn't feel that good. First of all, oh, it's windy. But yeah, when I was parking the bike, I had it on 100 still. It was starting to get hot with the gloves, and then I took my gloves off, my helmet off, or like just my gloves off so I could undo my helmet. Just to park, I was like done. But I had my hands on those grips, and man, they were hot. So yeah, let's let them warm up a little bit. I already can almost feel them. But we got a car behind me now, so fun's over. It's definitely like when there's no one behind me, I like it's so much nicer riding. But yeah, we got the heated grips on now. Done that before. I just threw it in neutral on accident when I was shifting up. I don't know if I've ever done that. I've done it at a stop sign. I remember the bike's like in between, but that was weird. Yeah, just shifted up into second. I went neutral. I revved it up a little bit unintentionally. Right behind me. For a second I thought it was a cop at the stop sign, but I don't think it is. Because I was going a little bit faster. That's the thing too. It's really hard to judge your speed on a bike whenever, like, you've been driving, obviously riding a car for years. You can kind of tell how fast you're going once you've been in a car for a while, like your same car. Like if you drive someone else's car, it's like almost a different feeling. You have to get used to it again. But yeah, it's hard to judge how fast you're going. A little side note, like this turn to the right here, whenever I pull out of it, it's really hard. See how steep that hill is? you come to a stop sign, then there's a car behind you, then there's cars going left and right. Try to just avoid those situations where you're not in it to begin with. So that's definitely one thing where, like that turn there, if there's no one behind me, I'll go super slow and I'll take the turn. But like if a car's gonna, that's the thing too, like going the other way, you have to think like, if this car is making a right, like right now I can't see if someone just gonna kind of blow this, like roll that stop sign and just go for it. So definitely don't go too fast, and just know the road and know the turns for your own sake and for other people that are going to be potentially turning into you. Just be aware for it. Don't be like super surprised, just like hope like, oh, hopefully it don't go, like, oh, that could have been bad. Like actually think about it and just prepare yourself to that, physically, like your ability and mentally, that don't just hope. I don't know, even though you're gonna do it anyways, it's good to have just be safe. I don't know, but just think about those things in the road, wherever the cars are coming from, if they're gonna try to pull out on you, if they do, how are you gonna react. Like the other day I pulled out in front of a car, just not paying attention. I haven't done it, it was super windy, it kind of threw me a little bit, but like it was completely my fault. I was like leaving and I was like in traffic, like I was leaving church and there's like a huge line to get out of there, so it's just like taking turns one at a time. Like you finally get down, like it's like traffic in the parking lot. By the time you get to the road, it's just like when it's your turn you just go. And I was like, it was my turn, the car from the right side was turning in where I was, and they were pretty far away, so I was like, okay, I'm going. I go left and the car's just like right there. Like he totally could have hit me if they weren't like looking for a second. And I haven't had that happen in like 3 years, so I mean, if like, I don't know, I maybe have that happen once or twice, like ever, just like pull out in front of a car and just being stupid, like not like I was trying to like rip out and like go fast in front of them, like I knew I had time. I just wasn't paying attention at all. So yeah, be cautious of those type of drivers. Like everyone makes mistakes, so just be cautious and be careful. I don't know, think about those things. And like me talking right now, I'm thinking too much of what I'm talking about, and I should focus more on the road, but it's kind of just like back in my mind. Excuse my language, I have to bleep that out. That was a nice, I think that was a Gixxer too. That was maybe a 1000, a little bit older model. I gotta meet some more people that ride around here for sure. Like I can't wait to be better at riding. So right now I kind of want to meet people, but it's like not a bad thing, because I probably couldn't keep up with them and I shouldn't. So it'll happen when it happens, but I can't wait to get a little bit more comfortable on the bike and meet some people and just kind of like the bike community. And I don't know, I'm excited for that for sure. But just meet other people that have a similar interest. But yeah, I'm glad I just saw that guy. That's pretty cool. Go left up here. Hopefully they don't follow me out. Like that right there always makes me nervous that someone's gonna like come and hit me from behind. Like I feel weird